All right, this is a video tour of 3724 Baywater Drive. This is Chris with Turner Properties, walking this potential investment property. Taking a look at it. This is in Columbia, South Carolina, located in the southeast part of town. Let's take a look around the street here, kind of give you an idea of how the lay of the land is out here. There's our neighbor to the left. Brick house. It's actually a pretty decent little house. You got a carport here on the left. It is all brick. It's nice we've got the carport here. Some issues, you know, just some cleaning of the brick would be nice. Got a little bit of moss and algae and stuff growing on the brick in different areas. There's a lot of trees around here, so I assume it stays kind of damp for a while after it rains. The soffits are in really good shape. Normally homes of this age and in this price point have a lot of wood rot, but I'm not really seeing any. Same thing with the ceiling here in the carport. It's in really good shape. Storage room door, that's locked. Let's take a look in the backyard. It's got a pretty big backyard, and it backs up to a nice wooded area, so you're not right up against somebody, so that's good. There's the back of the house. Some trees really close to the house, some really big trees, so that's why we've got a good bit of pine straw there on the roof. It's fenced, sort of. So you got chain link around it, but in this back left corner, you can see it's falling down, and there's some of the posts just laying down. I don't think it'd be real difficult to put that back up. But over here, against the other neighbor, there's a huge hole in the fence here that would need to be redone. And this will be a little tougher because I don't think you can reuse this fencing here. It's all tore up. You can see here it's fallen down. It's all mangled and stuff. So, and having a fully fenced in backyard is pretty important to people, so that would be a recommendation to have done. Here's a little peek under the crawl space. They left some things here, lawn equipment and such. Just some, I guess some algae there growing against the bottom of the brick. Looks like the spigot's missing a handle. Does have natural gas in the home. But again, it looks like somebody very recently painted all the soffits and the windows. So that's really, really nice that that's been done. Let's take a look inside. We're going to come in off the carport, which brings you right into the kitchen. And I will say this is a very large kitchen for a house of this size. It's almost too big. So it does have a stove, which looks to be in pretty good shape. Relatively clean, so you wouldn't need to get a new stove here. The cabinets, on the other hand, are a little rough. You can see how kind of they're really dirty and probably got a lot of grease and stuff on them. I don't know what to say about that, if they can be cleaned or if it's better, maybe better just to paint them. The countertops, you know, on this one I really don't know if I'd keep this or replace it with Formica. It's tile. I'm not real fond of the look of it, but I don't see any broken or cracked tiles, so I mean, at least it seems to be in decent shape. I'll back up here and you can see where the refrigerator goes. But just really a very large kitchen here. And obviously you'd have a spot for a table. I would definitely recommend replacing this flooring though, because it's seen better days. Here's the living room. It's actually smaller than the kitchen. So the living room's a little on the small side. mean, the paint's not terrible, but it really does need to be repainted. It looks like somebody went in here and touched up with a different color, as you can see there, and that doesn't really come across too well. It's got a ceiling fan. I'm not seeing any water stains in the ceiling, so after all the rain that we've had here recently, we would know if there was any leaks. Now, one thing about this house, it only has one bathroom, and this is it. So one full bath off the hall. This tile, it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of similar to what's in the kitchen on the counter. There are some cracked tiles here. So it's questionable or not whether I would break this up and redo it. It's not terrible. Now, I'd probably recommend replacing the top on this vanity. Of course, it's chipped here on the side, and it's just kind of a little dated with that bland look to it. Here's your tiled shower. Got the mustard yellow color going on here. And I've never really liked this, but they've got a window in the shower. So the issue with this obviously is getting wet and having wood rot around that window. I didn't really focus on this, but back in the living room, most of the house has hardwood floors, and overall, they're in pretty decent condition. I mean, we'd certainly love to have them refinished, but I've seen much worse. They've got some wear. I would guess this might be the master. It's on the back right corner of the house. It's kind of hard to tell because there's only one bathroom in the home, so there's no master bath. The floors are just, they're not as shiny as I would like, but they're not tore up either. And you can see some areas there of discoloration, but again, not bad. Across the hall, we've got another bedroom, a little bit smaller. Just a standard light fixture. Some things I'd recommend doing to this house is changing out the lights, replacing them with ceiling fans. Things are a little bit more contemporary, maybe something with brushed nickel. Changing out the door handles, small things like that. Repainting on the inside. Here's your AC vent. It's an older house, so the unit's under the house. And then here's our third bedroom. So this is the front right corner of the house. Got two windows in here. So a little bit of wear on some of the hardwood floors in here. I don't know if that's paint or if that's just where the finish is coming off of the floor. Rent price, with it being a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, if you repainted and did a few upgrades, got, of course, provided a refrigerator, I would price this about $950. I really wouldn't want to go much more than that, maybe $975. Just for the fact of where we are and the fact that it's a 3-1. But it will rent, and it'll rent well. We've got a lot of properties in Southeast Columbia, and the proximity to the fort and Shaw Air Force Base, they do rent well. So there you go. Private tour of the property. This is Chris at Turner Properties. If you have any questions, give me a call. It's 803-407-8522. Thanks and have a great day.